It also looked like Brandon Pagan kind of might have gotten an early injury in practice.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, he was coming off of a hamstring, so he might have tweaked it again. I haven't talked to him yet, so I'm waiting to see.
And then J. Mike was kind of off to the side doing some individual work. But what is his status?
We're just waiting. He, like I said, what was that, last Saturday?
Yeah.
He was running hot from last Saturday, so we still are just taking a precaution with him. He was running his stuff on the side, so yeah, he was being active, but we didn't really want people pulling on him and him running.
Gotcha. And how is Rico kind of doing there in his place with the offense?
Rico's doing a great job. He's a hell of a player. Very consistent, type of kid that you just want on your team. Consistent, tough, doesn't say much, just comes out here and works. Lets his body of work do his talking, really.
You had coaches fielding punts at the end. Was that part of the schedule today, or you threw that in to add some levity?
Oh no, that was we had Saturday's competition day, so they were up there for part of the competition group. Hopefully they could have caught the first one, or we could have got a little better punts, but we'll probably use the jugs. I just wanted I want a competitive atmosphere with coaches and players. You know what I mean? So just not, you're always on the players, like let's get the coaches in there too, and that's how you build true camaraderie. When you got guys that are pulling for the coaches, everybody's good. You saw how the whole defense ran with Cody down on one of them. So it's just something that you just try to bring the guys closer.
If any of the coaches have any availability, you gonna throw them in?
Maybe. If we keep having injuries, I might have to. So
I was kind of curious why we didn't see you out there returning there.
You didn't want to embarrass him?
Yeah, I mean, we know what I could do. I don't necessarily. I'm just kidding. No, I almost caught one. I was thinking about it. I almost did.
I think I'm the only one who didn't get one of your robocalls. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, let me make sure we get him on the list.
What was the message there, and why did you feel that was important?
Just to reach out to alumni, donors, the community, just to let them know, like, hey, come be around us, come out here, come to the Rose Bowl, come support what we're doing. I'm just trying ways to engage with the community. It's especially right now when I'm locked in here all the time. So just ways I can get out, just to voice stuff and let people know, like, hey, you are welcomed here.
And we've seen some coordinated tweets from the coaches. Is that kind of like the new boom when those go out? Is that kind of what that is? Or
yeah, I don't even know what boom is, but yes, when we have something that's important going out, you should see those.
Okay.
Is there any name to it?
Yeah, it's just it got your guys' attention, right?
Yeah.
We didn't even name it anything, so it could just stay nameless. And when you see that, there's some great UCLA information coming out from football.
Awesome.
How do you measure competitive drive? I mean, we see them going at it all the time, but what do you look for to really set people apart competitively?
It's really like if you compete in that classroom, honestly, that's my biggest thing, because they should compete out here. They like this. But it's the little things. Do you compete at taking notes in the film room? Are you competing and watching film? Are you competing to be the first one in the building in your position? You see what I'm saying? So we keep track of all this stuff. I'm just big on competition. I always try to build it in my running back room. Just always had them be friends, but you guys are going to compete at a high level. And I'm just trying to bring it to the whole team. But compete in everything you do. When I was a running back coach, I used to tell the running backs, we better be the first group in the building, no matter what. No matter what time you had to be there, we were going to be the first group. The other coaches had no idea that it was a competition. Do you guys see what I'm saying? They had no idea. But for us in the running backs, it was a competition every day. We got to be the first group in the building. So it's just little things that build the competition. And then if you're living a life of competition, it's easy once you get out here on the field.
Who lives the life of competition?
Right now, I'm going to say Swifty, Rico Flores, Carlin. The whole tight end room is pretty good. They get in there really early. Defensively, let's go Femi. Kane. couple of the DBs, but it's just a small thing, you know. Like everybody, like I said, everybody's gonna compete out here on the field, but like tucking your shirt in, you're gonna come. Let's say I'll have my shirt tucked in the best. I know it sounds silly, but that's just how I do little things. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, it's like the stuff you don't see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Kane Medrano. Obviously, he's one of the veterans, and it looks like he's stepping up with both leadership and competitiveness. What have you seen from him?
He's doing a great job. You know, Kane's been here for a while, so he knows what is missing, basically. You know, he's seen a lot. And when you've seen a lot and you've been on both sides of the ball, it's kind of easy to get out here and voice your opinion. But I like that he's being more of a vocal leader, like you said. You know, a lot of these guys lead by example, but this year is truly, you're seeing guys trying to take that next step and being a leader and just trying to be vocal. So I appreciate what Kane's doing, and hopefully he can just continue to grow in that role.
I think this is the last time we'll talk to you before the portal opens. We talked about what positions you'll be looking at. Now that we're real close, can you give us any kind of insight as to what you're going to be targeting there?
Yeah, I'm looking for bigs on both sides of the ball. So O lineman, D lineman, tight end, or maybe a running back, a couple DBs. You know, so
Quarterback?
maybe a quarterback.
Okay.
It just depends. I have like 6 positions that I want to address, and then best available after that. So.
And then the flip side of that is obviously your guys could go in. Do you kind of talk to them and re-recruit them in a way?
Yeah. I mean, most of the guys that go to the portal do come talk to me before they leave or whatnot. So I will have a conversation with our guards. But like you said, you got to retain kids. You have to recruit the new ones. You got to recruit the ones that are on your team, and it's just part of the game right now.
Are you anticipating, losing some guys?
No, I'm anticipating losing nobody. I hope, but you know, it's part of the game. So if it does happen, it is what it is. But hopefully, you know, this team stays pretty intact, and we'll be able to make it through the portal.
What are your What are your early impressions of Stacy Ford and just the recruiting staff and how they've been doing early?
I love everything that the recruiting staff is doing. You know, that's them that's getting a lot of these kids out here multiple times. You know, we're having kids come back every weekend, 3 weeks in a row. So we're charting all of this stuff. I appreciate what they're doing for us, and I'm just excited that we're, you know, able to put a product out here that people want to come see and be a part of.
7-on-7s today were 6-on-8s. What was the impetus of that? Is that something you guys have? Is this the first time you've done that, or is that something that's been kind of a part of practice?
No, just kind of what defenses they were running. You know what I mean? So if they had other people dropping, we just got to take it for what it is.
Any position changes you're kind of experimenting with? Like Femi's been at edge a little bit. Keegan's back at running back. Anybody else like that?
No, not like that. Keegan's a running back now, so he's not he was literally a receiver last season, so he's back in the running back room technically. And then Femi's just, you know, that's a big, strong, fast kid. So if you can use him in multiple positions, go ahead. You know, he's a great athlete that can do multiple things.
It looked like Justin had some, pretty bright moments, especially early in this week. What did you think about his week overall?
Justin's playing really well. You know, I constantly see him up there on the 3rd floor, so he's constantly trying to get knowledge. He's a very smart kid. He loves the game. That's why he works so hard at it. So I'm just glad that he's here and playing well.
LA Cajo was out there doing what looked like agility drills or something. Is he close to participating in practice fully?
Yeah, next week you should see Kyle out there. Number 1 should be flying around. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
He said no changes. You're done.